that needs to be done than just that. And we've been able to do things strategically. We've done it with semiconductors. We just had a great announcement in the Tampa Bay area. So on and on it goes. We've been it's been really effective. We've also done infrastructure. There may be an industrial park somewhere where they're recruiting businesses, but it's hard to get to from one of the main arteries or main thoroughfares. So we can build a road that connects and to make this stuff flow. And we've done that in different parts of the state. So today, I'm proud to say that we have an opportunity to make an impact to help this project from an infrastructure perspective by awarding $8 million to Miami-Dade County through the Job Growth Grant Fund to construct a roadway that's going to help get people where they need to go and relieve traffic at the Miami Freedom Park. And this is something that I think is going to be good for folks that are going to want to go. And not just, the thing is, the soccer games are going to be one thing. There are going to be other events at the stadium. And then there's going to be businesses around there. People may not even want to go to a game. Maybe just want to go out to dinner. This is going to be an attraction, which is great. But we also don't want a situation where people aren't able to get there in ways that are efficient, causing more. Because the traffic will increase if we do nothing because more people are going to be descending. So by doing this, we're creating a nice artery where people are going to be able to get where they need to go. So this is a massive project. I know they're broken ground on it. We're looking at this stuff happening probably quicker than it would happen in other parts of the country. And so we're looking forward to when we're able to do that. We're already welcoming a lot of visitors. This will lead to even more tourists wanting to come visit the state of Florida. I don't think there's any question about that. So I thought when this application came in, my folks, people apply from all over the state, counties, cities, whatever, and it's reviewed, and our folks really liked it, and I saw it, I'm like, yeah, this is going to be meaningful, it's going to help the community, it'll be good for the project, but it'll also be good for people just to be able to get out and about. So I'm excited about doing it. I think that this is an exciting project for South Florida. And, the hits just keep on coming. I mean, we've got one thing after another where Florida's making it happen. So thanks for everyone that's been involved in this. And I'm proud to turn it over to our Inter Miami managing owner, my friend Jorge Mas.
Thank you, Governor. Welcome to your home. To my dear friend, Jeanette, Lieutenant Governor, Secretary of Commerce, the Mayor Trentalis was here with us today, and your friend the Mayor of Fort Lauderdale. And I think today is an extremely important announcement because it lies and bears on the foundation of what was the creation of Inter Miami. And it was built on a dream. It was built on what is the moniker of our team, Freedom to Dream, about bringing professional soccer to South Florida. And as we progressed on a blank canvas of building something which today is global in nature, because not only are we a leading Major League Soccer club in the United States of America, I think we're one of the top 10 soccer clubs in the world, not only from a brand perspective, but the excitement that's been generated by having a global superstar by Lionel Messi and other stars who perform here on a pitch. And most importantly, and this is not only on behalf of myself and my brother and David Beckham, but we're the embodiment of the American dream. My parents fled Cuba and fled a dictatorship to find freedom in this country. And to be able to stand here today before you, talking about a global team, about being able to give back to our community, about bringing the most popular global sport, and to be able to grow and be able to build what is going to be transformational in Miami, which is Miami Freedom Park, which is not only a stadium, but it's going to be a destination. It's going to be a multi-million-dollar square foot entertainment district. It's going to house hotels. It's going to house offices. It's going to house businesses. But most importantly, it's going to create over 13,000 direct and indirect jobs, which is to create job growth. The stadium is 100% privately funded. We're going to have a tourist economy that's going to want to build there. And this project alone is going to generate over $40 million a year in tax revenue between state and local governments. That's the way to do a public-private partnership. And as this fund is called Job Growth, which is going to be used for infrastructure, which is going to benefit an impoverished area of our community. And that's important because one of the things that Miami Freedom Park is going to create besides a 26,700-foot soccer-specific stadium, an entertainment district, etc., it's going to create the largest park in the city of Miami. It's going to be a 58-acre park, which for us is humbling to know that the city of Miami named it after my late father, Jorge Mascanosa. So we take great pride in being able to build something that's going to be an attraction for our community, that we're going to be able to fund. And this Job Growth Grant Fund, and I think what the governor has done today is amazing. It's allowing us in South Florida to bring back our dollars, because it's our tax dollars, back into our community, regenerate them, and generate economic development, because that's what it's all about. So on behalf of all of us, Governor, thank you. This money is going to be put to good use. You know, the stadium will be finished and completed in the fall of next year. We will be opening our 26th season in that stadium, and the project is going amazingly well. So on behalf of our family, Governor, thank you very much.
Okay, and managing these grants is our Secretary of Florida Commerce, Alex Kelly.
Well, Governor DeSantis, first I want to thank you for your leadership in making this important infrastructure grant investment today in Miami Freedom Park Drive. And I want to thank our incredible hosts here, with everyone affiliated here at the stadium, with the Inter-Miami leadership team. It's been incredible to work with you and your team in particular. Governor DeSantis, Lieutenant Governor Nunez, at Florida Commerce, we are grateful for the opportunity to implement the strategic investments that you, sir, have made in infrastructure readiness, workforce readiness, financial readiness, and really just what has really become the overall #1 ecosystem for job creation in the world, not just the nation, but in the world. And Governor, in 2019, you pledged that Florida would become #1 in workforce education by 2030. We did our homework early. Florida became #1 in talent development in 2022 and was named #1 again in talent development in 2023. You mentioned, Governor, the 3 million new businesses formed in Florida since 2019. Most of those, Governor, are small businesses that support an ecosystem like this that you have right here with Inter-Miami. And again, you mentioned we have the #1 state college, #1 state university system in the nation. Again, we're losing count the number of years that we've had that. We've also now, as a state, reached almost a $1.6 trillion GDP in your time in office, which is incredible. And that's happened because of these record investments, as you mentioned, in transportation systems, workforce systems, and even targeted investments. Lieutenant Governor, in aerospace and aviation, in semiconductors, Governor, as you mentioned, cybersecurity. The list goes on, military and defense. And today's investment for Miami Freedom Park Drive through the Job Growth Grant Fund is, as you mentioned, Governor, a tremendous example of exactly how you've led the state. It is a targeted investment in a connector between communities. It is a targeted investment so that if you're a job seeker, if you're a job creator, if you're a resident, if you're a family just looking to enjoy just the scenic beauty of what's to come, you have that ability to take advantage and to access the sporting attractions, the tourist attractions, the hotels, all the restaurants, all the shops. You have that easily and accessibly. And so really, Governor, just so excited to be here today, to the whole Inter-Miami team, so excited to be here today. Again, truly, we've really enjoyed at Florida Commerce working with your team. They're incredibly great to work with. And when we look forward to, this road alone is directly impacting 1,800 of those jobs that you mentioned. But as you mentioned, 13,000 total direct and indirect jobs. So we just look forward to continuing to be a partner. And thank you so much for this opportunity, Governor.
Yeah, and I think what they're doing, and we've seen this be successful in other parts of the country, it's like when you have a venue, that's going to attract people, but then they're having all this other stuff that's there that people are going to want to go and be a part of, and it's really going to be, I think, a place that is going to do a lot of traffic, a lot of business, and it's going to attract a lot of people throughout the community. So I think it's going to be a big success. In 1 minute, we're going to officially do the ceremonial check. But I've been being asked about this, and I haven't really said as much. But they're asking me about this waltz from Minnesota. Here's the thing: as Florida governor, I learn a lot about other states because when people leave those states, they tell me why they left those states. And I remember during COVID, the absolute frustration that people had moving from Minnesota because of how they were being treated. You know, this is a guy that's out there, he's got this line in the stump speech saying, you know, our neighbors can do what they want, mind your own damn business. Fine, then why did you set up a snitch hotline for neighbors to report on their neighbors for violating your draconian COVID restrictions? That's not minding your own damn business, that's government overreach. And he'll talk about, things about, he'll say, we should, make healthcare choices. That's your choice. Fine, great. Then why did you impose a mandate to take an experimental mRNA COVID shot on your people? He did that for all state employees. I don't think it was constitutional. Certainly isn't giving them an option for something that just came on the market. Are you kidding me? I mean, this is just absolutely ridiculous. And then on it goes about the policies that were done that have given them a net decrease in population over the last 3 years. And I really believe that I can cite you the statistics that we're number one here, number one there, but just watch how people vote with their feet. Because when people are voting with their feet, that's meaningful. That's telling you something. And if people that have roots in a state are picking up and leaving, and then they're telling people like me why they left and it was because of those bad policies, then that really, really speaks volumes. So to lose population like that, I think was a huge, huge problem. And so this is something that I've been being told about for many, many years. I never thought it would end up where someone would make the misjudgment of actually putting him on a ticket. But he didn't get as much fanfare as New York and Illinois and California. That's true. There's also just not as many people in those states. But I can tell you the folks, and a lot of them are not in this part of Florida, a lot of them are on the west coast of Florida, but being able to get kids in school was impossible, for those months in COVID. I mean, it was absolutely ridiculous what they were doing. They actually have a policy where they're a sanctuary state for gender surgery for minors. So you can have a kid go with no parent consent to Minnesota and get this stuff done. And I'm just thinking, like, how is that standing for parents' rights? So I don't expect you to see national media expose this at all. I think they're creating a much different image. But this is something that we've been getting information on for many years, just from the people that move out of Minnesota and have come to Florida. And I tell you, I always ask people when they tell me they moved, I said, are you glad you did? And they say they are. So that's that. All right, let's do the track presentation. Here we go. All right. Here you go.
And that was Governor Ron DeSantis there speaking from Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, where Inter Miami currently plays. But of course, the long-term goal here is for the stadium to be built, Miami Freedom Park, Miami Park Stadium, at the current Melreese Golf Course.